Hey everyone, so this is my review of The Flash, Season 4, Episode 3, called Luck Be a Lady. And essentially what this episode is about is that this woman called Hazard shows up in Central City causing a whole bunch of bad luck for Barry and the team. And while it's going on, Harry Wells shows back up on Earth 1 to give a message to Wally from Jesse. And this was a really interesting and really sort of fun and just really entertaining episode that was so fun to watch and see how everything turned out and how everyone dealt with like the whole wave of bad luck that they dealt with. And I really liked what they did with the character of Hazard, where she originally was a person who was just had an endless stream of bad luck, but then she was exposed to this dark matter force and then became super, super lucky, and like everyone else dealt with the bad luck that she usually had to deal with. And I really liked her for the fact of how when she and Barry were talking to each other and she said like the line of, well, now everyone else gets to deal with what I dealt with. That's a very interesting sort of villainy character where she doesn't exactly want to hurt people and she's not like seeking revenge or anything like that. She's just enjoying finally being on the lucky side of things. And like I said, I just really enjoyed that. That was like a new sort of style of villain, and that was just really entertaining to watch and see how she dealt with everything. Then I also really liked how the team finally discovered how these new sort of metahumans came about becoming metahumans when they weren't exposed to the particle accelerator explosion. They actually were exposed to when Barry came out of the Speed Force and ran and did all this stuff. They were there when like the portal of the Speed Force opened up, so that's how they were exposed to all the dark matter and all that. So that was interesting and fun, where again there's something else to blame Barry on creating and doing. So that was interesting to see how they came across that. And then also with that they came across how many new metahumans they're dealing with, which is 12 of them. So they met 2, so then there's another 10 still out there that they have to deal with. And I'm very excited to see how each of these 10 that are going to come up eventually play into the storyline and what their powers might be. I'm really excited to see all that. Then all the moments with Joe in this episode were really interesting, with him trying to decide if he wants to move to a different house with Cecile and them sort of trying to adjust to their lives and figure out what they want to do moving forward. And how this episode ended, I'm really interested to see what's all going to happen with Joe in the future. Then the moments with Harry coming back, I'm really excited for, because they do need a Wells sort of there. He's been there in some capacity every season. So I was interested to see how they'd introduce a Wells in this season. And at least for this short time, I'm really excited that they did bring a Wells back. And out of all the Wells that have been there, Harry has definitely been my favorite one. So I'm really happy that he is back. And I hope that he does stick around at least for a while. And then the whole part about Jesse and Wally breaking up was not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm kind of okay with it because I wasn't that thrilled with the idea of the relationship to start with, because it wasn't that like exciting or over top of a thing. It was just kind of like there and being like, okay, we have to deal with this. So it wasn't that big of a problem, them breaking up, in my mind. But I am very interested to see what they're going to do now that Wally's gone, and everything that they're going to play with there, with Wally being off doing his own thing and the team doing their own things. So I'm just interested to see how all those different storylines are going to play out in this whole Arrowverse world. Then how they actually end up stopping Hazard was very interesting, but I'm very curious to see what repercussions might come out of that, where the particle accelerator was about to explode again. So then they kind of used that to stop Hazard by like muting her powers for a couple seconds. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the particle accelerator going off again, because that could have caused even more metahumans to be created or something like that. So I'm interested to see what's all going to happen there. And then just overall, this was a really entertaining and really, really fun episode that was very sort of different in my mind from any other episode, so I really loved it for that. So yeah, that's my review of The Flash. Season 4, Episode 3 called Luck Be a Lady. So, yeah.